Hey guys, it's Wes, not your normal miner here. Today got a fun one for you. This is by request. Once again, this is by community request. As always, thank you guys very much for letting us know what you would like to hear us talk about or what kind of information you guys want to know or find out. So, this one is once again by community request. Thank you guys as always for all your feedback with everything. Today we've got a fun one for you. This is solo mining Ethereum with mining rig rentals. Cost versus reward. Is it worth it? And guys, that's the big question. Is it worth it? Well, I can't tell you whether it is or not. That's up to you. Is it worth it to you or whoever? I mean, what's worth it to one person might not be worth it to another. As we've talked about before, there's a million different reasons why people do the same thing, and it's not always the same reason. So just because it makes sense for you doesn't mean it makes sense for someone else. Just because it makes sense for me doesn't mean it makes sense for you. So as always, I say do your own research, but that's what we've got going on today is we're going to walk you through solo mining Ethereum using mining rig rentals, what we've seen. And this is a is it worth it cost versus reward video. We do use Ethereum solo pool over at 2miners.com. As you've heard us talk about before, mining rig rentals is another thing that we do use. In the description down below, we'll have links to all this stuff so you guys can do your own research. In the upper right hand corner, we're also going to have links to some other videos for these testings and such that we've done. But this is cost versus reward basically, guys. So one of the things that you can see over at mining rig rentals is there's a billion different rigs for a billion different costs. These cost versus rewards are going to be your guys' decisions whether it's worth it or not. But one of the things you've got to look at is how much hash rate you can get for how much time you're going to have it for. And then what we're going to walk you through is the rewards that you can see here. These are block rewards that when you get solo mining, you get all of these blocks. So you can kind of see here the rewards 2.99, 2.76, 3.07, 3.336. But if we go back here to poolside, you know that the block reward is actually 2 Ethereum. And one of the things you got to factor in is pool fees as well when you're talking about these things. But we're walking you through risk versus reward, solo mining Ethereum. We are a cryptocurrency mining based channel focusing on pool testings. We just finished up a really good one there, Ethereum pool testings, overclock setting testings, miner program testings, how to, solo mining. We did also build that remote garden location so we could show you guys everything we did as far as scaling up. And that's with different things as far as electric updates and heat removal with multiple GPU and ASIC mining rigs. Anytime we are doing any type of mining, whether it's standard pool mining, solo mining, in the description down below, I'll have a link to this as well. I am always going to send you over to MININGPOOLSTATS.STREAM. Biggest reason I send you over here is a couple things. You're going to be able to see pool fees, minimum payouts, their percentage of the network hash rate. It's going to let you know whether you're getting good a chance for finding blocks or not, all sorts of different factors, but this is a great place where you can learn and see a lot of different things. As always, guys, do your own research, but in the description down below we'll have links to this stuff. If you guys are new to the channel, you guys better hit that subscription bell. That way you guys can see some of our latest and greatest pool testings, our how-to videos. If you guys like this video or this kind of content, comment down below, tell me why you like it. If you didn't like this video and give us that thumbs down, that's great, but you better tell me why you didn't like it. So you got to check out MININGPOOLSTATS.STREAM. Another place that I really like to send you to is 2cryptocalc.com, and you can punch in a hash rate and it's going to give you an estimated time to find block, and it'll also show you that block rewards. Okay, now one of the things that we like to talk with you guys about is when we're showing you these block rewards is this stuff changes, and this is never a guarantee. You can have 50 times the network hash rate and never find a block, and I've been there and we've done that. This is all from experience, but we like to send you over to MININGPOOLSTATS.STREAM so you can see first of all, you know, what kind of fees and such, and where you can find a good pool for your solo mining. You head over to 2cryptocalc.com, and that way you can punch in your hash rate, and this is going to give you an estimate. Once again, it's an estimate. You may never find a block. Current Ethereum pool or current Ethereum mining blocks are 2. That's the 2 Ethereum for the block reward. As you can see here, it's showing that the rewards actually are showing about 2.77 on average. So risk versus reward, that is up for you guys to see. As we talked about before, you gotta, if you're doing this at mining rig rentals, you're gonna have to figure out where you're going to rent that hash from. Lucky Services 24/7 is a provider over here that we've used and had great service from. Always going to chat with you. Really great customer service. Hash rate's always what's expected. Thank you, Lucky Service, for all that great things that you do. But what you got to do here is you got to look at the cost in Ethereum. So these are coins used, guys. I mean, you got to pay for these with your coins. So you got to look at your cost per coin value for the amount of time. So if you wanted to, let's say we punched in over here 190 gigahash, it says on average should find an Ethereum block every 3 hours and 54 minutes. Well, if you come over here and we find 190 gigahash per second for 3 hours, you can see your Ethereum cost currently. Okay, so that's your risk if you wanted to rent that much hash. Now, how many blocks are you going to find? Who knows? You might find 0, you might find 1. Well, if you found 1, that rental would not be worth it, would it? Because that's costing you over 5.7 Ethereum. Does that make sense? 5.7 Ethereum is the cost there. Let's head back here real quick, guys. 5.7 Ethereum. Well, some of these block rewards are 3, 3, 6. So what happens if you found 2 blocks in that time? Well, your reward is pretty darn closer, a lot closer than, if that makes sense, guys. So cost versus reward. This stuff may not make sense to you, and if it doesn't, don't try it. As always, solo mining is not recommended. You guys will continue to hear me say that. Solo mining is not recommended because you're never guaranteed blocks. If you aren't finding blocks, you aren't getting paid. That means that you paid coins and didn't earn money. Solo mining is not recommended. I will stick by that statement even as we go through this video. So this is risk versus reward. So we're showing you your risk here. As far as reward goes, we're going to show you rewards off of our stats. These aren't other miners. These are the stats that we've done recently. So we're going to, in the description down below, as always, you guys can see links to this kind of stuff. So as we say, going off of our stats, that's right, we'll go off of our stats here for this video. In the description down below, you'll be able to check out all of that stuff. We are finishing up. You can see here one of our last tests had 20 gigahash per second. Just kind of doing a little bit, but look at this, 19 blocks, 115% luck. That's where we're going to be wrapping this stuff up as. So we're digging into this test a little bit more. We had services rented. This is 160 gigahash per second, and we had, during that time, we'll go back and we'll show you the date, 7:30, 3-hour rental. There's no Ethereum found, no blocks found. That's right, no blocks found. Now we'll show you another example on 8/2. You can see the cost of Ethereum per rental, and then the gigahash, 190 gigahash per second. And then you can see here we had 2 blocks found in that time, and you can see the rewards of 3.76 and 3.40. So we're talking with you guys about risk versus reward. Next time you can see here's our Ethereum cost, 3.73, 0.99. That's 190 gigahash per second. And then you can see the rewards. We did find 2 blocks. Very lucky, guys. Every time we're doing this, we are very, very lucky. This is part of our ramp and run series. In the description down below, comment if you guys have tried this before. But you can see here 1.72, 2.31. Risk versus reward. Is this, you know, I've had a lot of people reaching out. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Well, risk versus reward is different for everyone. Here's some of our examples. We did have another rental, 200 gigahash per second, 3.77, 1.25. And you can see here 1.97 block reward, 2.76. Luck has a huge factor in it. So that's what we've been talking with you guys about today. Head over to MININGPOOLSTATS.STREAM so that way you can see the mining pool, and that way you can find pool fees and such. You're going to punch in over at 2cryptocalc.com how much hash you think you're going to rent, and that's going to give you an estimate of that block reward or how long it will be till you find it. And once again, solo mining is not recommended. You may never, ever, ever find that block. Then you're going to have to figure out your service and how much it's going to cost. And then, like I said, it's up in the air. Are you lucky or are you not? That's where risk versus reward, that's what we've been talking with you about. You know, you put in hash, it costs money to rent that hash. Well, did you earn anything during that time? Risk versus reward. You can see 254% luck there. And when we talk about luck, guys, that's something we know a little bit about. When we say that, I would love to have anyone show me more than 673% luck. Show me that, please. I'd love to talk with you. You can see risk versus reward. So we've been talking with you guys about today. We've been using mining rig rentals. And over at 2miners.com, in the description down below, we'll have links to all of those things. As far as solo mining goes, that's something that we've even done with our GPU rigs. And when we say solo mining, yep, we're mining blocks with our GPU rigs. We're even mining uncles. Yep, that's right. We did mine an uncle with our um, fleet of, I don't know, maybe 8 GPUs at that time. So that's what we've been talking with you guys about today, guys, is risk versus reward. We've been trying to show you different examples of um, costs for rentals, risk versus reward, and showing you where you guys can go to figure that out for yourself, because that is something that we've had a lot of questions about, but this video should help you guys figure that out. As always, in the description down below, you better follow us over on Twitter. That way you can keep up with our latest and greatest shenanigans. You also want to keep up with us over on Discord. I mean, lately we've been talking a lot about that. Ethereum Classic, 51% attack, and they are in trouble. If you guys are on Ethereum Classic, you got 2 weeks right now for confirmations. If you're mining it, risk versus reward, you can really get it right now, but this stuff is rough, guys. Do your own research on all this stuff as always. But yeah, Discord's a good place for you to keep up with us. But we've been talking with you today about solo mining Ethereum over on 2miners.com using mining rig rentals, and talking with you about the risk versus the reward. My name's Wes. I'm not your normal miner. Thank you.